The shocking secret about Mary Magdalene that they don't want you to know? Mary Magdalene is one of the most prominent female disciples of Jesus in the Bible. However, throughout history, many people have forgotten her significant contributions due to various reasons. Some Christians consider her a symbol of temptation, and others view her as a mere prostitute who repented. But what if there's more to this enigmatic woman than meets the eye? What if she played a more crucial role in Jesus' teachings and mission than we previously thought? In this video, we will uncover the untold truth about Mary Magdalene that they don't want you to know. But before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing videos. Now let's get started. The Book of Thomas, a collection of secret sayings attributed to Jesus Christ, contains one of the most controversial statements ever made. Among these sayings is a particular one that stands out for its boldness and challenges the traditional beliefs of Christianity. The saying goes, "Did you come to understand the words that I said to you? Did you interpret them correctly?" To which Mary Magdalene replied, "Speak to us, Lord, for we are your disciples." This simple exchange has sparked centuries of debate and speculation among theologians and scholars alike. Why did Mary Magdalene call Jesus Lord? And what was the true nature of their relationship? Now, to fully comprehend the significance of Mary Magdalene calling Jesus my Lord, we must first understand the cultural context of the time. In ancient Jewish society, the title rabbi or rebbe was used to address a teacher or leader with great respect. For instance, when the Torah was being read aloud in the synagogue, the reader would pause at certain points and say, "Rabbi, Rabbi, what does this verse mean?" Similarly, when someone wanted to refer to Moses, they would say, "Moses, my rabbi." So when Mary Magdalene referred to Jesus as my Lord, she was essentially acknowledging him as her teacher and expressing her deep respect for him. However, it is important to note that the word Lord in Mary Magdalene's statement can also be translated as master, which was a common way to address one's teacher during that time period. Nevertheless, this translation leaves us with more questions than answers. What kind of student-teacher relationship did Mary Magdalene have with Jesus? And why do some people believe that this seemingly innocent exchange holds the key to a much deeper and more controversial relationship between them? The historical evidence surrounding Mary Magdalene and Jesus' relationship is both intriguing and controversial. According to historical records, Mary Magdalene was one of the few women who followed Jesus during his ministry. She was present at his crucifixion and resurrection, and is mentioned by name in all four Gospels. However, it is in the Gospel of John where we find the most intimate portrayal of their relationship. In John 20:16, Mary Magdalene is the first person to whom Jesus appears after his resurrection. He calls her by name and asks her, "Why are you weeping?" In response, she tells him, "Rabboni, my teacher, has gone away, and I don't know where he has laid him down." Jesus then tells her, "Mary," and upon hearing her name being called, she recognizes him and immediately falls at his feet. This intimate encounter between Jesus and Mary Magdalene is unique and sets her apart from the other disciples. Furthermore, the Gospel of Mary, a Gnostic gospel that was not included in the Bible, provides an even more detailed account of Mary Magdalene's relationship with Jesus. In this text, Mary Magdalene is portrayed as a beloved disciple of Jesus who receives special revelation and teachings from him. However, it should be noted that the authenticity and historical value of the Gospel of Mary are highly debated among scholars. Critics argue that the text is a later invention that attempts to elevate Mary Magdalene to a position of prominence in order to promote Gnostic teachings. Despite the limited historical evidence, speculation and theories regarding Mary Magdalene and Jesus' relationship have persisted throughout the centuries. Some historians and theologians argue that the close relationship depicted in the Gospels is evidence of a romantic or sexual relationship between them. They point to Mary Magdalene's tearful reaction to Jesus' death and her intimate encounter with him after his resurrection as evidence of deep emotional attachment. However, this interpretation is not widely accepted within mainstream Christianity, which generally views Jesus as being sinless and therefore incapable of engaging in sexual relationships. Moreover, such a scandalous relationship would have been highly unlikely in the social context of the time period. As we delve deeper into the untold truth about Mary Magdalene, we must keep in mind the biases and agendas of those who have written about her throughout history. The portrayal of Mary Magdalene as a prostitute or a woman of questionable morals seems to have originated from early Christian writers who sought to discredit her and undermine her significant contributions to the teachings of Jesus. For example, in his book, The History of the Heretics, the early church father Epiphanius of Salamis labeled Mary Magdalene as a heretic and accused her of being a follower of the Gnostic teacher Cerinthus. This accusation was nothing more than an attempt to silence those who were spreading Gnostic teachings and considered heretical by the mainstream church. Another piece of alleged evidence used to portray Mary Magdalene as a prostitute comes from the 13th century manuscript known as the Vio Codex. This text includes a fabricated account of Mary Magdalene's supposed past, claiming that she had 7 demon children and engaged in sexual immorality. However, this story has no basis in historical fact and was likely created to further damage Mary Magdalene's reputation. Despite these malicious attempts to tarnish her legacy, we must focus on the positive historical evidence that celebrates Mary Magdalene as a significant figure in early Christianity. Her unwavering faith and commitment to Jesus' teachings are evident in the accounts of her being present at his crucifixion and resurrection. Furthermore, the Gospel of Mary provides a valuable insight into her profound understanding of Jesus' teachings and her ability to articulate them with clarity and conviction. It is essential to acknowledge the progress that has been made in recent years regarding the recognition of Mary Magdalene's contributions. Scholars and theologians are now shedding new light on her life and work, challenging the negative stereotypes that have persisted for centuries. One notable example is the work of the French author Anne Cancini, who wrote a novel titled Mary Magdalene, which presents a fresh perspective on her life and relationship with Jesus. Similarly, the documentary film The Lost Tomb of Jesus explores the possibility that the burial chamber discovered in 2018 may have been the final resting place of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. While the discovery remains controversial, it offers an intriguing new perspective on their shared history. Despite these advancements, there is still much work to be done in order to fully restore Mary Magdalene's reputation and legacy. We must continue to challenge the biased accounts and interpretations that have sought to silence her voice and downplay her contributions. By doing so, we can honor her memory and ensure that her story is told accurately and with the respect that she deserves. In conclusion, the untold truth about Mary Magdalene that they do want you to know is that she was a highly respected and influential disciple of Jesus. Throughout history, her significant contributions have been overshadowed by malicious accusations and a desire to control the narrative surrounding Jesus' life. However, by examining the historical evidence and challenging the biases of those who have written about her, we can gain a deeper appreciation for Mary Magdalene's unwavering faith and commitment to Jesus' teachings. As we continue to learn more about her life and work, we must ensure that her legacy is celebrated and that her story inspires us to follow in her footsteps. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.